Gotta says my man Var live. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's a different Mog. Var gonna be first up versus Chill Pills. Gonna be immediately swapping in on that Holy Death that is a Pandaren. Interesting. Donning on the helm, or taking off the helm rather, with Var having to fight through the army of the Scourge. Gonna be the oh my god, what is going on with your health? I was just looking to see where the gargoyle went. That thing is just flying over the map. Bubbled by Var, trying to see if he can go counter-offensive. Maybe Word of Glory keep him alive, but Chilpa is just looking to end them right then and there. Does he have enough pressure right now? The man may be playing the Execute build, but it's hard to tell. Normally he does his Death Knight, is trying to go for the Claw with Shadows from a distance, generating lots of runic power, but is really trying to stay away from Var as best as he can. And Var got them hammers, Wild Wings are up, Hammer of Righteous, together with Judgments. That's a lot of range. Damon Chill trying to see if he can grip him right in. Looking for the Death Strikes. Does he have any outs right now? Maybe don't for the count unless maybe he gives up. Oh, I was gonna say, maybe unless he gets himself like an AMS a last second together with a Death Pack. But not much you can really do there. Gonna be a spear by Short and Deadly. Trying to see if it can end Var. It's gonna be a spear. Trying to see if it can shatter through the bomb. It's shattering through the bomb entirely. Val may not have anywhere to go. Does he turn around on him somehow? Does he have a blind anything? Big executes. Charge. Oh, Short and Deadly just runs by him. Blinking around the guy. Charging right back into Fury need buff. As the man is gonna go for the Arms Warrior playstyle. He'll go play Fury need a buff. Maybe that's why he's playing Arms. Because he wants to play Fury, but he can't. It's going to be a Stormbolt by Short and Deadly. With a spear to follow onto Short, I think. That spear is so kinds of awkward. I think it is a spear onto Short. As Fury trying to see if he can maximize some damage here. Short trying to see if he can play maybe a bit more defensive. Battle stances, he got himself a little bit of pressure. Stormbolt onto Short. Just going to go for a trinket immediately. Got himself a Reflect. Not really sure what he can really reflect against Fury. But he's trying to use every defense he's got. Fury is going to go defensive himself. Battle stance bomb for Short and Deadly. Trying to see if he can end it. It is going to go for, like, I think, an auto attack at the end. Just going to bonk the man on his ankles. Take him out. Lentenia trying to see if he can stop Short and Deadly from getting any kind of healing. Kid the shot immediately. Does not want to give this for you even a chance. Just slice it right through him. With GGK up next. Does he take down Lentenia? This could be a really short duel, honestly. Lentenia getting stunned up immediately. Still holding on to it. No, he doesn't have a trinket. He only uses human racial, so you cannot break out of CC. Once you use the human racial, your normal trinket goes for you on a 1.5 minute CD. But he does have plenty of disarms, plenty of survivability, so at least able to counter DGK and stay in combat as long as possible. Clunker Shadows to dodge a lot of this shadow damage from the Gargoyle. Stun onto DGK, who is going to break out of it fairly quickly. And Lentenia goes in for a vanish in the last second. Still has some dots, some plagues rotting him away for just a second. But DGK, he kind of wants to stay on top of Lentenia as best as he can. The Rogue does pop back over there. It needs a stun right now, otherwise he could be down for the count. Lentenia trying to see if he can end the duel right here, but DGK got the Death Strike heals blind as Lentenia is surrounded by the army of the ghouls and undead. May just died of the deaths though. Gouging on the ghoul, but there's still diseases burning it down. Pistol shots, death coats, kidney. Oh, but the ghoul does end up clawing you down. DGK got himself a nice old ghoul with Chicago charging in. As the team one is just getting dismantled bit by bit. DGK will probably try to see if he can hold the fort for Chicago, but Chicago I think wants to end him as quickly as possible, not prolong this. Big L blast onto GG. And just trying to see if he can just end it right there. Blind right after DG got himself the whole army of the Undeads. Could go for a silence on Chicago, but looks like playing it very defensive. Ghost Raptors are going to be on him, but dampening not super high. The Death Strike still called on a little bit of value. Chicago, I think, just trying to see if he can end the duel. Does not want to burn a lot of cooldowns. There goes the Ellie Blast. Was able to save a lot of the vast majority of the cooldowns for whoever is going to be up next. Either we're going to have the Caster of Diabolics, that or we got the spell still in the back as the Arcane Mage. Diabolical summon up a full Tyrant. Chicago just trying to see if it can avoid the pets as best as possible. If they can land aside the Tyrant, they'll be in a good spot. Every time they actually jump up, the Tyrant wants to start casting at you, but can't quite connect. He does get the pixel line of sight on you, does get at least one bolt in there, but can't quite reconnect with you whatsoever. But it's going to be Diabolics as they get locked up. But Chicago trying to go for a port. Look at the offensive here. As Chicago looking to back up behind the pillar, maybe go for a little bit of reheal. Got himself a bit of damage, but not a lot of mana really left. With the Earth Elemental able to at least start like taunting away all those pets, at least some of them, in order to offset some of the damage off of Chicago. Diabolicals does have a wall back up, Trinket as well as the Tyrant. Potentially could be a Tyrant play. Does get interrupted on Demon Bolt. Oh my god! Locked out of everything. The Shadow Flame, Demon Bolt locks you out of every spell. You can't even press wall when it happens. Chicago took the opportunity, got the kick. Big damage, ramping it up, trying to see if it can end it. Well done, well done. Well played. You had to catch him in that hand to go down. If you can kick him, that's it. Turn up the heat, and Shaman is one of those classes that could just insta-go, which is so good for them. Spellsteal walking by Chicago, does it a blast on him in the freeze, into a breath right after, has a big touch of the magic already. Gonna be Chicago dropping down ground on him for just a moment. The Spellsteal with Arcane Missiles does get stunned up for just a second with a lasso. This is where Chicago just tried to disrupt any kind of damage from the Arcane Mage. Interrupt him on Arcane is pretty massive. Does have a Nova to at least prevent him from going anywhere though. And Chicago is looking for a bit of a reheal, as there's going to be more missiles flying in from Spellsteal, knocking back Chicago, but doesn't really go nearly as far. One of them picked up the eyes, I'm not sure which one. And Spellsteal just taking the shit to power and running with it. It's so funny how Arcane Mages, and really all mages, can use Eyes Closed so they can cast a spell while moving. And like a very well-versed mage will be able to maximize the utility of that. Big touch of the Magi onto Chicago, taking a lot of damage from those missiles as well as the Nether Tempest. It's just passive amount of damage that ends up coalescing together in a pretty meaty touch of the Magi. Spellsteal got himself a little bit of that missile, or a little bit of the Arcane Explosions, trying to see if he could work up some missile procs, most likely. And just trying to see if he could waddle away from Chicago. Leaping in, maybe he can get an interrupt. Does miss the interrupt though, as this is going to be full Arcane Surge, full damage for Spellsteal. Maybe Chicago going down, does have a wall for this one. Big Arcane Blast back to back. Is going to be able to round back over to where Chicago was with it all the time. May still be in a bit of trouble though. Spellsteal trying to go for shifting power. Not a lot of health available before this Mage into an interrupt on Chicago. Breath to follow. Does have Guardian Spirits. Is it going to be another barrage? Could end them. Oh my God. Spellsteal, I even tried to interrupt him. He even tried to interrupt him, but couldn't quite get it. Oh my goodness. It looks like Chance wants to give him a proper honor duel. I love it. You are a champion in my books. The fact that you're giving this guy an honor duel in general at 59% dampening is impressive. You are a bold competitor, and I appreciate ya. Literally winner in my book, man. If you give somebody an honor duel, like a proper respectful duel, win or lose, man, you're winning my book. Spellsteal versus Chance. Can he potentially blast him? Gonna be a bit of shifting power. Trying to see if he can get some cooldowns back. Does he trap the Chance? He does trap Chance in a Ring of Frost. Trying to see if he can maybe blast him out. Gonna be missiles to follow. Touch of the Magic. Chance has one chance to potentially silence Spellsteal, but my God! Barrage! Your disperse is nothing for you. My God, the Touch of the Magic! This man is still under a ton of pressure. What do you do in this situation? I think it's over. Does interrupt him on Holy. It's gonna be a minute trick on Spellsteal. Just drilling him with missiles. Barrage! Oh my God, Breath! Is he gonna heal? Oh. This Spurs doesn't even do anything at that late of dampening. My God. Short Delegate too? You're kidding me, right? Oh my goodness. That's insane. Chasing down with a machine gun. Literally, dude, he got the Uzi out.